Welcome back to Tansy Academy. In this video, we'll be looking at SQL execution order. This is chapter 7, lesson 38 of Tansy Academy's SQL training curriculum. So, what is this lesson about? SQL execution order refers to the logical sequence in which SQL queries are processed by the SQL engine, by your database DBMS software. SQL queries are written in top to bottom in a specific order of clauses. Example, select from where. I will be explaining this in detail in the next slide. However, the SQL engine follows a different internal execution order. See, in your select query, you write the select columns and then you write from and then you write inner join. But whenever the DB server tries to execute your query, it doesn't mean that it will be starting with select. It might start from or it might start from inner join. We will see how it starts and where it ends. The execution order is determined by the logical steps the engine needs to take and process the query efficiently. So let's think, we have a query like this. Okay, you have select, you have distinct keyword, you have column names, you have like a count, and then after that you have a from clause to say from this table, and then you have joins on 1, 2, 3 tables. You have inner join, you have left join. I'm not explaining what this query about. I'm just going to explain what the execution order is. And then you have a where clause and clause, and then you have group by, having, order by, limit. So this is top to bottom how you have written the query. You write select from inner, you don't write group by, having, where, and then you come back and write select. No, you will come from top to bottom. So first you will write select when you are actually writing a query. Then you will use the distinct keyword, and at level 3 you will be deciding from which table. Level 4 you will write all the joins. At the level 5 you will be defining the where conditions and use and or logical operators. And at level 6 you will be writing the query for to mention the group by condition. And at level 7 you will be mentioning the having clause. And at 8 you will be mentioning the whatever columns you want to order by. And then 9 you will say I want to limit the query to 10 results. So this is how you write. But when SQL actually passes what you write in your SQL client to the DB server will not look at this select and distinct to begin with. Okay, it will start with this from. Here you see the number 1 execution order. How is this SQL executed? You need to know this. This is very important, because if you have the knowledge of how the SQL actually executes a query, this is required for you to think logically about the performance, how the query is executed, how I should write the query better, whether to put my where condition filter here or whether to put it here. So you should make the judgment. Such performance judgments can be made only if you know how the query is executed. So going back to the topic, the SQL DBMS or DB server will start to evaluate your from clause before anything else. It will just check, okay, from which table I am selecting the data. So it will go to the table. Then second, it will not select the columns from the table. It will just see, what are the data pages, where is the table stored, and all that stuff. And then it will go to the joins. It will process the joins. And at number 3 level it will process the where condition. After processing where condition, it will process group by, having, order by, and limit. It will do all this in sequence, and finally it will say, okay, I have done all these joins behind the scenes and all. I have filtered the data of this table depending on this, and blah blah blah. So at the end it will say, okay, what columns are required by the client. So it will select these column names from these tables, and finally it will apply the distinct. After selecting the columns, it will apply distinct, and towards the end it will remit this. So if you have a table with 1 million rows, whenever if you are saying select columns from the table, done, right? So you might, and then you might think when limit 10, it will definitely improve the performance. It will come a lot quicker than selecting 1 million rows. But even for it to do that, it has to go through the entire data from the table and then limit it to 10. That's how it is. So you should know this, how this SQL is executing your query, for you to understand the performance impact. I hope this is clear. Sometimes this is part of your interview questions. So you'll be confused. They'll be asking, okay, whether where is executed first or group by is executed first, right? And you will say, okay, where depending on where here, you will say that where is executed. But again, they will confuse you. Do you write having after where, or like do you have group after having something? You should be very careful when answering this question. Always remember, there are two types of executions orders. When you are writing, you write where, then group by, having, order by, right? But when you're executing, again it's the same thing. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you answer your interview questions. So this is the execution order. First it will execute the from clause, then joins, then where, then group by, then having, select, distinct, order by, and limit. This sequence ensures that the query is executed in optimized and structured manner. Let me know if you need any more details, and thanks a lot for watching this video.